Bonjour. Tout est changé, non? Quelque chose de différent. Mais je suis ici, j'ai un jeu, un autre jeu des Simpsons about le camp Deadly, l'échappe de Camp Deadly. C'est tout que j'ai pour vous maintenant, mais c'est quelque chose, non? Ouais.
The first thing you get here is a talking to by... I mean, this is Mr. Burns, right? Like, this is definitely Mr. Burns. What's he doing running a summer camp? That's so far out of his character. To be fair, this came out in 1991, and so probably only got it started in development right after the end of the first season, so they didn't really have that much to go on. And also, it doesn't help that this show's had like 4 camping or summer camp episodes come out since this game. If they made this game today, it'd be Camp Krusty and
Mr. Black
doing this monologue, but they have Burns. Also, if they made this game today, I wouldn't have a way too long text-only opening monologue like this. Again, I can't blame them for getting everything wrong, seeing as I've got the knowledge base of more than 20 years of this show, and they were working with maybe 1.5 seasons of lore to go on. Anyway, this whole game's fairly simple. You just walk to the right, and eventually you climb a tree. When you get hit, Bart says, "Eat my shorts," which you may remember is Bart's catchphrase from 1990, and then he says, "Ay caramba," when he dies. And he dies with a rather unsettling sprite, if I may add. Your first goal is to collect all of the flags in your way, and every time you get a flag, you get 666 points. That's... alright. I only got so far to face 2 of the bosses, Blindside Bill and Rebound Rodney, and you can probably guess how to beat both of them. I think the second level is a little bit better than the first. I like the whole food fight thing they have going on. It's kind of neat, actually, when you get caught throwing the food by the nameless lunch lady. Again, this is before they had an actual lunch lady character, and you have to give all the food back. It's kind of weird how one of the foods you throw is tofu burgers, which isn't really that weird or all that much of a gross out. I mean, I've got those in my fridge right now. Also, there's broccoli, fitting during the presidency of history's greatest defender against broccoli, George H.W. Bush.
I do not like broccoli.
This game is really not good. It plays like garbage, like real garbage. It's sluggish, you know, I try to jump and go to the right simultaneously and I just walk off a ledge and die. A lot of stuff happens like that. Regardless of which weapon you have, you only get to have 1 projectile on screen at a time. So there's some decent rhythm to it if you do it right, but sometimes you just get stuck, and if you don't, you end up running and delaying the inevitable and you end up getting hit. It's just bad.
Really, I think we falter here in 2 primary factors. Number 1, this being a Simpsons game that came out during the middle of the first season, really. So you're lacking a ton of lore, a ton of characters that would make complete sense to have in a game about a summer camp. There's no Milhouse, there's no Nelson. You know, Mr. Burns is running a summer camp. That doesn't make any sense within the context of a show that has several episodes where characters go to a summer camp. And I think the other more obvious thing that it falters from is just terrible controls. It's not fun to play, and even if it was, you know, even if the controls were spot on perfect, it wouldn't be fun to play either. It's just a completely boring gameplay tactic that just gets boring after about 5 minutes. So it's really irredeemable, and there's no reason for you to play it.
Broccoli.